in, and I'm very, very keen to see how the guy out of 18th place, car number 40, who's had a couple of race meetings under his belt now. I haven't been on air to call them, but Noah Elsworthy, son of James Elsworthy, who an engine builder of note in the Rotary fraternity. So going back in the 80s, 90s and 2000s, the Rotaries were certainly where you needed to be in this class. And Noah, a very young man, still at school, but out there going racing and doing some of the work on the car himself there. Obviously, Dad knows what he's doing and is doing all the, making sure it's safe and sound and tuned and doing all those sort of things. But in the XL field, I'll be quietly barracking for Noah Elsworthy, a young kid on a journey. And Taylah Allen, who's just leaving the pit lane now.
Run through some of the traffic. They were passing a lot of these drivers here in the under 1600s here, the XL. So you've got the number 40 here, the Le Mans go-kart entry there. I think it's going around the inside there. And then right behind him there, that's the number 40 there of Noah Elsworthy, as Darren mentioned yesterday, son of one of very famous engine builder, James Elsworthy.
And the Jayden Hamilton there, it looked like something was flapping around underneath the car as well. So it'll be interesting what that is. Could be a little bit of air ducting or anything like that. Doesn't look anything too dramatic. It's not slowing him down. But they're having a great race, aren't they? Look at them. They're looking at their options, late braking, who's up for it, who's being conservative. But yeah, it's fantastic. A really good race here.
Certainly is. Travis Mitchie's tucked in behind the number 43 here as well, looking for a way past. He's been in the category for a little while now. I think it's coming up to around about 12 months since he started there. You can see the XL sort of just dancing there on the bumps as you try and get the front wheel drive power down, and the car doesn't want to agree. You've got to bring that power on nice and slowly, because not only is this front wheel's got to do the turning in a Hyundai XL, they've got to do the acceleration as well, and the majority of the braking force going through it as well.
This is where you see the real race drivers, because the best race drivers are smooth. And nothing teaches that more than the XLs. If you're smooth, both with your gear changes and your braking, saw a little lock up there with the 40, which means he's trying. But obviously, I think is it Hamilton there behind him. He'll see that, as will Michie, and go, okay, he's pushing his tyre. He could be getting a little bit of a flat spot. He might be vulnerable very shortly. So we'll see how interested they get here. Maybe let's see in the flip-flop how hard they push it through here, because they probably can straight line it comfortably here.
Yep, actually being quite respectful of the curves, actually. Not going super aggressive like we've seen the Commodores and the BMW or Butcher going through there, with getting two left-hand side and two right-hand side tyres up in the air. Almost actually took it like the Formula Vs have been taking it, where you just want to kiss just a little bit of that ripple strip on either side, just at the point where it starts to crown up from the road and become the ripple strip, as Butcher surges through. Where was he in all of this? Didn't see him 20 seconds ago. He has surged into contention here, and I'll tell you what, that traffic has fallen almost perfectly for him. It's actually fallen pretty well for Travis Mitchie as well. That actually opened the door for the 717 to potentially take a spot over here against Hamilton.
Well, this is the great thing about Calder here on the main straight. Look at that. They are too wide from coming onto the straight all the way through. Plenty of room for the faster car to still go around the outside, which is fantastic.
And Timewell's the next one to come along the scene here as well. So Michie will hopefully get this move done before the number 11.
Well, I was a bit concerned after how quick I saw it yesterday. I got the guy who's in charge of the regulations with IPRA to go and have a look at the Peugeot, and he said, nothing to see here, it's totally fine. It might have happened to be the same person, but no, he's done a sensational job, and outside of brakes. Oh, Michie having a crack.
Yeah, had a bit of a crack and went a bit too wide. Tried to carry a bit too much speed around the outside of turn 6 to have a go at Elsworthy in the 40, and he actually put two tyres in the dirt at the same time. So he's going to have to reset and go again, and that's actually allowed Hamilton to move a little bit closer here at the last couple of minutes or so. 3 minutes and a little bit left on the clock. We've already chalked up 10 laps. The race leader's about to chalk up their 11th lap. He's actually just negotiating some traffic about the top of the front straight, so he won't be too far from getting to the back of these XLs again. You might start to see him emerge in the back of the shot.
I think Hamilton's got to be getting a bit excited there. He knows these two are really going to play around here. He's seen him go off a little bit. Look at the bouncing. Watch here. What's this here?
Yep, just on the front there. Yeah, it's like bouncing into turn number 1 and also under acceleration. Yep, late lock up there for Elsworthy. He managed to hold off and long enough to avoid some contact with Travis Mitchie, but he's had to work really, really hard for those couple of positions there, Travis Mitchie.
Great racing though. Look, taking a little bit of curve there, which is great. They're on it. They look very smooth, which is great. But Hamilton, look, he's caught up here. So he's really in this with a shot. Pick his moment, pick his timing, especially while these two are racing so hard. Even looking at the inside, they're not necessarily getting the best exit, but showing his front of his car to the opponent to let him know I'm thinking about diving it, so he makes a mistake.
Yeah, he just moved across a little bit there just to discourage any dive from Elsworthy down into turn number 6. They're now getting the blue flags because the race leader won't be too far away from putting them another lap down. Andrew Butcher holding a nice margin over Luke Grech-Cumbo at the moment. Big thank you, of course,
going on there with the Nissan as well. So, look, that's motorsport, and this track does kill cars. It happens all the time, and that's why this is a track to come to. You could be suddenly thinking you may be just outside the points, then suddenly you're in it very quickly, and you have a race where you don't expect to be on the podium.
Hamilton's having a go here at Noah Elsworthy right around the outside of turn 1, but is Noah going to shut the door here? He very firmly shuts that door and gets in behind Travis Michie. In fact, he might turn a bit of defence into attack here. He was looking at the opportunity down at turn number 2. He couldn't find any room through there, so an opportunity very, very briefly presented itself, but it was very firmly and very quickly realised by Travis, and he shut that door in a hurry at turn 2 and 3.
No, Ellsworth, he's got the P plate on the back. How well is he driving, though? This is fantastic, proper racing, and Hamilton actually go, well, here we've got the checkered flag coming, so we've got the big Luke coming across the line. He'll be very grateful that he got the checkered flag after all that with Butch.
He will be very grateful for the win, but he'll be very, very disappointed as well that Andrew's off at the side of the circuit. He'll be the first one to admit that he didn't have a chance to race him fairly and squarely there all the way to the very end of the race. So he'll take the win, though. Danny Timewell will finish in second. The Excelsior crossing the line, so Travis Michie will win that little battle there. You've got Peter Fleming right here with the number 24 of Lachlan Norton. This is going to go right down to the wire as well.
He's trying to look for his angle, no doubt.
Certainly is. Oh, dear.
Oh, no. 2
cars with some contact. The 22 belonging to Peter Fleming and the number 2 belonging to Leo Fielding, and they've both made heavy contact either with the wall or with each other. Both the nose cone or the noses on those cars are very severely dented inwards, and I'm not sure where they are. I can't see them from the line of sight. I'm thinking they may be down towards turn 1 or maybe at Mount Jane or somewhere up that part of the circuit. We're waiting to see where they've come
safety car
unstuck. And we have gone to a safety car situation here, safety car boards and flags on display. So that's going to put all the racing on hold. It'll close all the margins up. So in the case of Luke Grech-Cumbo and Danny Timewell, and I'll tell you what, I'm not sure how that accident has come about, but they look like they've both made pretty heavy contact with that wall on the left-hand side as you go up and over Jane Hill.
Over the hill.
You know, we've been talking about some of these heavier horsepower cars that they sometimes get a little bit airborne going up the top. Here we go. We're about to get an answer here. So, pretty respectful battle there. I'm wondering, have they interlocked wheels or something here? Oh, I reckon they have.
Yeah.
Almost synchronised into the wall there. So they looked like they were giving each other some room, but I'm wondering if there's just been a little bit of interlocking of wheels there, and then they've all of a sudden they've lost the steering. When you interlock wheels, you basically lose control of the car.
Bye.